So a pretty big point of discussion around most newly released games these days is monetization, and I think we have some more concrete information on monetization we could see with Starfield. Now, right off the bat, the primary monetization of Starfield is going to be you buying the game and then you having the option of buying any DLC released further down the road. And that's going to be the primary forms of monetization most people take part in. But it's looking like there's also going to be an additional system of monetization tied to Starfield that we've actually seen with multiple previous Bethesda titles. And this seems to be the return of the Creation Club from Skyrim and Fallout 4, or most likely an updated version of this system. But before we get more into that, I want to go over the actual information we have, and this starts at the ESRB rating, which if I'm not mistaken was actually set before the previous release date, so back in 2022, and the main thing we're looking at with this is that it mentions in-game purchases for PC and Xbox. Now, when this was first released, there wasn't a ton of dooming around this. There were some people saying that this means they're going to be selling you skins and stuff like that, but I think most people were easily able to identify that this could very much just be talking about DLCs, because DLCs would be digital purchases, they would be considered in-game purchases, so even if there wasn't a Creation Club for Starfield, ESRB would still have this as part of their rating. But more recently, we've actually gotten some more substantial information in that in the Steam user agreement for Starfield, there's a mention of creation credits. So presumably this would be the premium currency you buy to purchase things off of the Creation Club, because they also had a currency similar to this for the Creation Club for Skyrim and for Fallout. It was just named something slightly different, but with these being named something different, it seems like the Creation Club for Starfield is going to be in some ways different than it was for Skyrim and Fallout 4. And previous to any Starfield showcase, Todd Howard actually went on the Lex Friedman podcast. This was a few years ago now, but during this podcast, he specifically mentioned modders for Starfield, and that they not only want to support modders more with Starfield, but they also want to create more ways for modders to turn this hobby of modding into a career and allow them to get paid for this. And he's actually mentioned this in multiple other interviews as well. So with all this information, I think it's a very high chance that we're getting a new Creation Club for Starfield. And I also think that this new Creation Club might be changed in some ways to try to allow mod creators to be able to make money more consistently, or make money through creating mods for the game. Now, with it being a very high chance that we're going to get some version of a Creation Club for Starfield, what was the Creation Club like for Skyrim and Fallout 4? And this marketplace basically boils down to mod creators signing up to create content for the Creation Club in a partnership with Bethesda. Then when they create this product, it's basically officially released by Bethesda, and then that mod maker will also make money off of the sales. And even though in the official description of the Creation Clubs, it specifically mentions that these aren't mods, this is officially released content from Bethesda, that's basically what this system is. It's mod creators signing up to make official mods for the games, and then Bethesda officially releases these mods for sale to players, and the mod makers make money. And I think this is probably pretty similar to what the Creation Club is going to be for Starfield, and I think no matter what way the Creation Club for Starfield is released, it's gonna have mixed opinions. And I already have seen people dooming about a Creation Club type marketplace coming to Starfield, saying it's basically just a way for Bethesda to sell cosmetics or microtransactions for Starfield, and I do think this is a bit of a disingenuous way to talk about a system like the Creation Club, because this type of system is primarily formed so people that don't work at Bethesda, primarily mod makers, can sign up, make a more official version of a mod, Bethesda will sell it, and they'll make money off of that. And no matter how this system turns out, or how the previous systems have turned out, I think it is still a good thing that Bethesda is still trying to create ways for modders to make money from creating mods. mods. I think in the communities built around Bethesda's single player games, there's been such a focus on mods and mod makers over the years, and this is a big reason why these single player games have such longevity, because people just have almost infinite content in mods, and there's thousands or tens of thousands of people putting a ton of their personal time into creating all of these mods. So I do think giving mod makers more ways to try to earn some money from making all this content is just going to be a good thing. And I have also seen some people try to spin this to say that Bethesda is somehow not going to allow free mods for Starfield and you'll only be able to get mods through their marketplace. You'll have to pay for all of them. And I can very much tell you right now, it is a guarantee that there are still going to be free mods for Starfield. They're still going to release their creation engine developer kit the same way they've done it for previous games. There's still going to be thousands of modders creating free mods that you go download on Nexus Mods, just like all the previous games. I give it a legitimate 0% chance that Bethesda doesn't allow free mods with Starfield. It's going to work in basically the same way it's worked in previous games. I think they're just trying to create ways to allow modders to try to make money and try to make modding a career instead of just a hobby. So I don't think there's a big reason to be dooming about any of this like I've seen some people doing, and I don't think for the vast majority of players this is going to be a big deal either way you look at it. But that's all I want to go over, so thanks for watching.